All right, hey guys, I've got this classic easy go Western golf cart that I picked up behind a repair shop. I got it for basically scrap prices, and with no information. Didn't run, had to buy batteries and do a bunch of stuff on it, and got it going. So now, I didn't like how it sat so low. Oh yeah, that one. That's my other one. That one is gas, and we're gonna do a lift and some crazy stuff on that one soon too. So back to this white Western Limo golf cart. I think it's about a mid '80s golf cart. As you can see, it's got the little 10-inch wheels, and they've got wire basket hubcaps that go in there. I wanted to do something crazy, so as you can see, I got it up on a lift, up on some jack stands. And I've had some lifted golf carts before, and I really enjoy having it lifted up off the ground. So, I bought some 23-inch golf cart wheels on 14-inch rims. The tires are 23, the rims are 14. And I put the whole cart up on jack stands, took the wheels off, set the new wheels underneath to see how high I was going to have to lift it in order to clear those little fender wells. And what you're looking at here is about an 8-inch lift. So once we got it where we figured it would need to be, we proceeded to, or I should say I proceeded to pull out the frame from underneath the front, the whole crossbar and everything, and I extended it 8 inches. I cut the where the leaf springs mount on top right here. I just cut those off and put some extension bars and re-welded it back together. And then likewise, for the steering, you can see down here, I'm not quite done with that, but I extended that also 8 inches. So everything in there has been extended from the springs down 8 inches. So once I did that, the geometry on the front end, because its leaf spring goes like this, the wheels move forward when the body goes down. So unfortunately, I've had to cut the fender wells on this more than I wanted to. As you can see here, I had to take out a couple of inches of the fender wells, and I still may have to take out even more. We'll see how that goes. As far as the rear is concerned, lifting the rear end up, this is an easy go based golf cart. It's a Western, and all the running gear is easy go, I'm told. This rear end, to me, doesn't look like any other easy go I've seen. Usually the rear end is on top of the leaf springs, and then when you get a lift kit, that involves moving the leaf springs on top of the rear end and lowering the rear end. This one is already on the bottom of the leaf springs. So in order to lower this, I'm going to have to add 8 inches of blocks between the rear end and the leaf springs, and then some really long U-bolts that are going to go over the rear end. So I'm going to have to make some steel blocks, and I may only go with 6-inch and then lengthen these shackles 4 inches to get my 8-inch. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm also going to have to reinvent the shock mounts. Same goes for the front. But it's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing when this thing is complete. And here in a couple of days, you see here the shocks are hanging on the front. And they're not really shocks. They're just dampeners. They keep things from, getting too shaky. So, cool. Huh? What do you think? And I'm also considering, because this thing looks beefy, all jacked up with these 14-inch rims and 23-inch tires on there. I can't wait to drive it around. My old golf cart, I had 26-inch tires on it, so I'm no stranger to this kind of lift. And here we are. I'm going to put these steer horns on there. I'm going to have to modify them and shorten them up a bit, but that will just add to this flavor of a giant lifted limo, hillbilly, redneck, whatever you want to call it, cart. This thing is, it's electric, 48 volts. Under the seat, just got 8 batteries, 4 there, 2 there, and 2 there. The dash has cup holders coming out the ears, 4 cup holders. It's got golf ball holders and whatnot. It's got a pull-out 80s car stereo. I've never tried it. It doesn't have air conditioning, but it has blower fans. So when you got the windshield on, it'll blow air on your face. That's kind of it's a Western thing, Western golf cart thing. As you can see from the pedal style, this is ezgo. I added these side mirrors. They're IOLO or whatever it is, LOLO. Those are great. The seats are really cushiony compared to most golf carts. I think they're very comfortable seats. It's got armrests. These posts I'm gonna repaint, but yeah, it's got a insulated and padded roof, hard top, really long. I could fit 3 20-volt or 24-volt solar panels up there, and just make the thing constantly charge itself when it's out on the road, which is not a bad idea, just to kind of make things last longer. Got the back here. That the other Westerns have a tailgate that flips up. This one doesn't flip up. It's solid there all the time, but it's quite in line with the style of the other Westerns. And let's see, the old wheels. These are the wheels that came off of it, and they're pretty cool actually too. These are 10-inch rims. They're chrome steel, and let's see here. Oops, sorry about that. And then they've got these wire baskets that go in the middle of them, and then 205 50 10 wheel tires. So they had some pretty wide little fat tires on it. Not as wide as these wide little fat tires, but still. It's got a trunk. It's got this, it's got an electric pop for the trunk. You open that up, it's storage in there. It's got these little headlights. The grill is just for decorations, or for looks, I guess. The headlights, I replaced the bulbs on the inside with RGB LED bulbs, so they can be white or they can be colored. They can be flashing, just to add to the fun factor. Got some LED, got some other amber fog lights underneath, just to make sure that we're seen. Yeah. I mean, you won't be able to miss this thing coming at you down the road, that's for sure. Gets smiles from everyone. You're driving down the road, everyone who goes by just has a big old grin on their face. And everyone on the cart, likewise, has a big old grin on their face too. The thing is it's just fun. So like I said earlier in the video, I got this from behind a shop. Somebody took it to the shop from a retirement home. It had been sitting for years apparently, and the batteries were toast, or it had no batteries in it. When I got it, all the batteries were removed. There was no key, no history. They didn't know if it ran, and basically, gave the guy, $800 just to pay the bill for the previous owner and take it off their hands. But I was taking my chances with it. I got it home, and batteries aren't cheap, so went to Le Schwab and picked up some batteries. What I'm getting to is I didn't have a charger. for the 48 volts. But I did have some solar panels and a solar controller, so I went ahead and set that up so I could charge the batteries. Up on top of my shed, I've got 4 large 310 watt each solar panels for a total of 1240 watts of solar. And, you know, got a hillbilly rigged up here with some boards and wired it all up down going into my shed. So it comes down into my shed into this big disconnect switch and then into this charge controller. It's 150 volts, 100 amp charge controller. Victron is the only company that I know of that guarantees their stuff for off-grid and mobile situations. Also have this inverter that can take 48 volts and turn it into 110. So got this charging the 48 volt pack through these jumper cables right here. So I've got jumper cables coming out the bottom, and I just pull the cart over here, lift the seat, connect those jumpers to the batteries, turn on the big breaker, and it doesn't take very long, maybe you know, sometimes up to a day to fully charge the 48 volt pack in my cart. Today's a nice sunny day. It's the morning here in Oregon. We don't always get sunny days. We get a lot of cloudy, rainy days, and that solar system still seems to charge the cart okay. I've never had to plug it in, and I don't drive it every day, but yeah, if I drove it every other day, we'd be just fine with the charging it, because this battery pack will take me pretty far. With a fully charged pack, I can take it a few miles downtown, over hills, through valleys, and down city roads, and then come back home up here. I'm on a hill in a higher elevation, and then go a couple of miles up the road to the fairgrounds and come back, and that's with a cart covered in people. So we've had like, I don't know, 9 people including children on there, and that thing just scoots right along. Someday in the near future, I hope to upgrade the batteries to lithium, because they charge a lot faster and they last a lot longer. They're a lot lighter. It'll take a few 100 pounds of weight off this thing, and it'll give me a longer range with a lighter battery. There seems to be a lot of benefits. I'm probably not going to buy a very expensive lithium battery. Probably just going to go with some Nissan Leaf cells. 7 modules of a Nissan Leaf cell is a pretty decent 48 volt battery that only weighs, you know, I don't know, 70 pounds or something like that, versus the 500 pounds worth of batteries I got in here, and probably more than that. I don't know. It's heavy. All right, but anyway, stay tuned. We're gonna get this thing, get the wheels mounted on it, get everything tightened up and tested, and we'll show you our progress and our result, and take you for a ride. How's that sound? And then we've got this other one, which is going to be another adventure. Take care. Thanks for watching. And if you're seeing this on YouTube or something, please subscribe to my channel.